Hi guys, and welcome back. And yeah, so hope everybody's having a great day. I'm sitting in natural sunlight. I was doing my makeup, and then normally I do my shadow first and my eyebrows, but today I did my foundation, concealer. Really wasn't sure what I was gonna do. Really wasn't planning on doing a full face, but I decided to save my eyeshadow for last because I think I want to share with you guys, and you may already be familiar with xoxo.com. They have a lot of shadows, products. They also have brand names on there that you can buy. I think for like maybe, I don't know, I want to say a couple dollars maybe cheaper than Target or Ulta or wherever they carry like the Pixie products. I know they have Pixie, they have, I don't know exactly what Essence price is at Ulta or on their actual website. They've got Wet n Wild brushes for $1, and they are pretty common for dupes, so for palette dupes. A lot of the Anastasia palettes. And there's probably more palettes that I'm going through and finding that they're actual dupes. But they do carry, I mean, their quality is like, you would not know that it's not a high brand, high end, I should say. So for instance, like one of the palettes I'm going to show you here is the Athena palette, and the Athena palette is a dupe, and I want to say it's a dupe for the Huda palette, and I can't think of the name of it. And it's $14, so you're paying anywhere from $12 to $16, or if you get, they have like bundles, so if you get like a bundle of, let's say 4 minis, I'll show you those, it's like $24. So basically you're paying for one palette, 42 bucks, high end, and you get the same quality. It might vary in ingredients and consistency, but for the most part, you are really getting your money's worth. And not only do they have a nice mirror, they have the little insert. I keep these on all my makeup, just to protect them. I don't know. I'm just kind of extra, so I keep everything in boxes. It comes with a nice mirror. This is the Athena palette. If you can see, the colors in there are pretty vibrant. They are pretty pigmented, and you've got, doesn't make sense to not buy them. Even if you do get the high-end palette, get these palettes. Like I get these, you know, even if I have the high-end palette. And I've also bought them and given a lot away for gifts, just because I have daughters, and you know, if I have extra, I mean, I like to share, and I want them to enjoy the good quality stuff at such a cheap price. So yeah, this is the Athena palette, and I was gonna do a look with one of these palettes. I don't think it'll be the Athena palette today, although such a cheap price. So yeah, this is the Athena palette, and called After Dark, and it came with a little bundle. And there's After Dark, there's, what is it? After Dark, After Hours, there's, I want to say Shock. What is it here? In green, and I don't really wear those colors. I mean, I could do a look, but I really want to try to stay true to what I actually really use. So, let's see, what was the bundle? I want to make sure I give you guys the right information. So yeah, and these are all by Bad Habit. You can actually go into Bad Habit's website directly. I just like going to Shop Hush because I like to add, you know, eyelashes or highlighters. They have amazing highlighters, mini palettes, and I love them. There's not really one that I can say anything bad about. So you get, in that bundle, you get Aftershock, After Hours, After Party, did I say After Dark? Yeah. And After Charge, Afterglow, don't remember. I think those are just extra ones. Yeah, there's 5. So I think that's just adding 2. But yeah, I suggest you give them a try. I'm gonna go in with After Dark. And I know it sounds like it's like After Dark, but there are really some pretty colors in here. There's not a whole lot to choose from, but it's an actual palette that you can just pull off a look with if you're doing like maybe a neutral or like a smoky, I don't know, light orange smoky look. These shades in here in this particular palette, as you can see, it goes from kind of like light, well this is like super light if you want to set your eyelid, which I already set my primed eyelid, and it's called Swipe Right. It's got a little bit of a shimmer to it. I don't know if you could see that. So I don't know, you could set your eyelid with it if you'd like, but I'm just gonna go in. It does have a little bit of fallout, but pretty much all the palettes have fallout and it doesn't really bother me. I'm very careful where I put the fallout. I don't like to just like tap off onto the carpet. I can't do that. I just can't bring myself to do that. So I keep a little towel handy. I'm gonna go in with Rosy Glow using this color right here as my transition shade. And as you can see, just tapping into it, I mean, like this has a lot of kickback, and it's super pigmented. So I'm definitely going to tap that onto my little towel. I already know it's going to be super pigmented. And you want to go in with as little product. Okay, just going to start off with this as my transition shade using a Morphe M441, and I'm just going to mainly focus that right in my crease. Bringing it down towards my nose. And you see I have such a large space here that I really have to try to utilize that space or it looks just kind of off. So I like to go up a little bit higher. Going into the other eye. I didn't tap enough of that off, as you can see, but we'll make it work. With Shop Hush, I guess I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit more to this eye because I did go in so heavy with that other eye, and then just kind of build that up just a little bit, bringing it down to the lash line but not completely to the lash line. And I think what I'm going to do is go in with a different clean Wet n Wild brush and just kind of pick some of that other extra excess off. And it kind of lightened it up a little bit. You really don't want your transition shade to be like super dark because then what are you going to go in with? You know, you kind of want to go light, dark, darker, or you don't even have to add another color. You could just leave it at this and call it a day. And mattes, why not just play, you know? And especially if you have time on your hands where you can actually just sit down and try different looks. If you're not getting ready for work, then of course, you know, you got the time. Obviously, if you're getting ready and you have a time crunch or you have to be someplace, then yeah, you're gonna kind of want to know what you're doing. And it's this one right here, so it's almost like a burnt orange, not brown and not orange. Again, I'm just barely tapping into that. I'm gonna use the same brush. Make sure I wipe that off. If you're going to use the same brush in a similar color, just put a towel down and just wipe it off. Or if you've got one of those little things that people have that they sell that you can just spin it on there and it'll wipe that excess. And I'm going to go right below where I just laid that transition shade, keeping that one in my crease. And kind of just buffing it a little bit on the outer V, just working it back and forth. buttery. These shadows are super smooth. I mean, look at that, like with no effort, no, like just, look at that. They're not patchy. I am in natural sunlight, although the light is a little bit different to the right. I don't know what all those little things are back on the wall. Maybe it's coming through my curtains, I'm not sure. I mean, if you're on a budget, also, you know, these are really good to invest in. It's a good investment and you won't go wrong. I'm gonna put a little bit of Scotch tape. I was gonna do that initially, and then I get to talking and you know how that goes. So what I'm gonna do is lay it on my hand just to get the majority of the stickiness off so that it doesn't rip my skin off when I go to take it off. And even though I already started the shadow between my lower lash line, and because I'm going to add a little bit of a lower lash color, not a whole lot, but especially if you're going to add lower lash color, you want to leave a little bit of a space in between. So I'm going to go in now with using a different brush. I'm going to go in with this, it's kind of like a fluffy, but it's a little bit flatter, a little bit more dense. And this is Trendsetters, or I'm sorry, Trendsetters. Maybe TJ Maxx, maybe Ross, Amazon maybe, don't really remember. It's like a reddish brown, like a brick maybe. I'm going to go in with this, it's called Arousal. So, and it's a brown, it's a real pretty like chocolate brown right here. I'm gonna go in with that, just so that I could be a little bit more precise with that outer V. This particular palette, I have to say, and I don't remember it on the other palettes, has a whole lot of fallout. But like I said, again, it doesn't bother me, but just be aware that it does, so you are prepared to cover up your clothes or your carpet. And I'm going to just focus that on the outer V. Literally just stamping that on. And this brush is really soft. It's always good to use a soft haired brush, especially when you're on that, really on your eyelids in general, but it's super sensitive for me right here on the outer V's and the inner V. Or the brown and the orangey shades. And just kind of lightly buff it out right here on the lid where it ends. Doing the same on this side. And I don't think I want to add any darkness to the inner corner just because it is so dark and it just like went dark really fast. I do want to try to use, there's this really pretty gold in here and I just don't know how well it's going to go with the colors I have. I don't want it to blend in. I do want it to pop and stand out a little bit. It's called 24 karat. I mean, the names on these are like bam, you know, like if you didn't tell anybody that this was not a high-end palette, you know, they wouldn't know. Because other people buy it, you know, I want honesty. I will try a product. I'm not going to just take somebody's word for it. I will try it myself. I'm going to go in and just on my finger and just tapped into that. I got makeup in my nail, so it looks kind of gross. 24 karat, and I'm just going to lay it on the center of my lid. Just tapping it. It's really pretty. My nails are pretty long, so I don't think I have a little. Yeah, that brush isn't gonna work. I'm gonna just stick with the finger. Just have to be real careful not to get it on my skin or my nose. Lightly feathering that right around the gold so it's not so harsh, so that it blends in with the other colors. That's pretty. I think I'll go under the eye using, I think I'll just go in with the Crush on Me, the same color that I went in, the second color that I went in with, and I'm going to just tap a little bit of that excess off and just go under the eye, the lash line. We're doing it, so. Just using a little flat brush. This is a e.l.f. It's actually an eyeliner brush, but it works really good for under your eye. It fits right under, and I'm not going all the way, I'm going about 3/4. It's literally just dusting off that top layer of color. It's really pretty. So that is that palette. I'm gonna go ahead and take this tape off and see if I didn't put it on too late. Kind of just gives it a little bit more of a definition. It keeps it clean. You might have to go in and touch up your concealer or your foundation a little bit. But as you can see, it really does make a difference in your shadows. I really like it personally. I did use highlighter when I initially did my makeup, but I did want to show you the Bad Habit Paradise highlight kit, and they do have different colors for different skin types and light, medium, dark. This is the one that I got. It works for me. It comes with like a cream highlight, and you could use that on its own. Comes with a nice mirror. But I like to put that as a base, and I'll use it, let's see, this side seems to have the most light, so I like to use it as a base, and I just tap it on, and then either use a brush or whatever works for you for your highlight. And then there's this real pretty resting beach face. We know what it is, right? Resting beach face. What does that stand for? The names on here, I just love them. So this one is Sun-Kissed, Resting Beach Face, Mai Tai, and White Sands. And this is just the Paradise, so I think the names obviously go with the theme, which is beachy paradise. All really pretty. Don't think I have much room, but let's see. We'll just go right here. And if you can see, there we go. They're pretty pigmented. I mean, I'm like, whoa. When I first when I found out about this website, I was watching Kiki, Kylie Dennison, I think is her last name. Everybody else isn't real, but like will say like, okay, I know I'm not gonna get any PR because this is what I think about this, that, or the other. But she's hilarious. Like, her and her boyfriend are just hilarious. So if you don't know who she is, just put in Kiki channel and it'll pull her up. And she's just a cute little bubbly Her boyfriend's hilarious. Like, I just love him. I feel like I know him. Don't you do that? Like, you feel like you know people when you follow them and you're like, oh, I watch you every day, and you leave your little comments, and sometimes, you know, they'll respond back and you're just like, cool, you know, like, hey, they know who I am. Anyway, I'm going to add a little bit of that white sands and put it in the inner corner using this pencil brush. Oh my gosh. Like, hello. I see you coming through, white sand. You're seeing it for yourself. I think I paid, I want to say, not even $10 for this, but I'll look it up here in a second. I'm going to go in with the Resting Beach Face and put it on my brow bone. Pretty. Let's look that up really quick. And let's see, that's the Paradise highlight. And Paradise. Bit lighter than the Paradise, but the golden shade is a little bit more intense than the gold shade than the Resting Beach Face, so you can just see the difference. They're both really good. So for this bundle, $20. So for one by itself, $12. So I bought two, gave the other one away, and I do have a backup of this Paradise highlight. It's actually one of the best, more pigmented highlighters out of high-end drugstore. Like, you just cannot go wrong with these palettes, right? I mean, it speaks for itself. And there you have it, guys. I just finished off. I just quickly put on a little bit of liner. I didn't do a wing, a couple coats of mascara, and a little mascara on the bottom lashes. I put on my lips, the Milani. This is the Amore Shine, and I really like this. If you haven't tried it, it's super creamy. And I have this one in, this is in 03, and okay, we know that I'm older. Okay. Excuse me. Aren't these like the cutest readers? Seriously. Let's be real. They're bougie. Okay. It's called Crush. Okay? It's called Crush. So, anywho, yeah. So, if you're not, like I said, if you're not on board with the bad habit, okay, it's okay. We don't want bad habits. But this is one bad habit that you need, like you have to have in your life. Okay. Don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty. It's a new year. I mean, look what bad habits bring you. Right? No brainer. So I'm going to just finish off and set with my Too Faced Peach Setting Spray, which smells really yummy and gives you a nice matte. I'm pretty dewy, and I'll leave down in the description box what other products I have on, foundation, highlight, concealers, etc. But don't you just love that feeling? It's super fine mist too. Like, it dries instantly, so you're not sitting there, you know, waiting for your face to dry, or with blotches of, sometimes, you know, when your sprayer is kind of clogged, you want to kind of make sure before you do a video that it's like you run out of warm water or something, or just do a test spray. I'll do that sometimes, but I just hate wasting product. I always do an extra couple right up here, just because this is where I have the majority of my oiliness, and I do have to draw on my eyebrows so they don't run or smudge. Like, there's nothing worse than being somewhere and it's like, oh my god, did my eyebrow come off? Is it still there? So yeah. But anyway, guys, yeah, thanks for sitting here with me, you know, letting me chew your ear off, talking about the bad habit and the dupes. And yeah, like I said, these are a lot of the bad habits are dupes for the Anastasia palettes. And you know, I love my Anastasia palettes. I love all my palettes. I give them all love. This is one of my favorite, the Prism palette. I know a lot of people have different views on the Anastasia palettes because of the fallout, which to me is like, okay, how many palettes do you honestly own? Like, let's be real. You know, aside from the drugstore, because I have a ton of drugstore palettes, and we will never in this lifetime be able to use all the makeup that we have. So it doesn't make sense when somebody, you know, won't buy a palette or talks bad about a palette because it's like, it's got so much fallout. How many looks are you going to get out of that one palette? If you're using that one palette and only one palette, then yeah, okay, I could understand maybe some fallout getting a little bit annoying, but I love this palette. I've barely tapped into it. I've used it a few times. These palettes come with a nice brush. Some of the Bad Habit palettes do have a brush, but I think there's only a couple. But yeah, definitely go on to Shop Hush. And of course, this is not a sponsored video because they probably don't even know who I am, but I love the products. And so yeah, you can also pick up brushes, affordable brushes, eyelashes, primers, setting sprays, pretty much everything that you find at the drugstore or Sephora or Ulta. So yeah, with that being said, guys, I will see you in my next one, and I hope you have a great week ahead of you, and do something special for yourself, and just know that you're loved and appreciated. So see you soon. Hey, if you like this video, give it a like, okay? And share. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Bye. See you soon.